Hey, everybody. Welcome to Humor and Healing. Hey, we're back. Is it
Hi.
Humor and Healing? Yeah, right?
Yeah. Sorry, coming with like water.
She's like healing and humor.
Humor and Humor. Humor and Healing. Another episode, man.
Yeah.
Anything interesting, Ervin?
No,
This
so
month? Your record is still good?
so far so
You're
good.
still married?
I have not got sued. That's
All right.
that's always a win.
That's a win.
that's
You,
always
Richard,
a
have you been sued this week?
Not this week, but I've been sued before.
Have you been Baldonied?
But what is it?
Justin Baldoni.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
sued. Dang.
What
Hey, he came out with receipts, you guys.
He
Sure
came out
did.
with receipts.
Sure did.
He was like, nope, this is what you said.
Me
No,
never.
this is what you said. No, this is what you said.
Love it. I love
But
it.
you understand what happened? It was her boyfriend.
Her husband.
Her husband is the one that brought up all
he's
these
a
allegations.
Billionaire, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. And he's the one that lost control and started screaming at
Well,
this guy.
allegedly.
No, well, there was witnesses to this.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes, allegedly.
Don't want to get sued on here.
Exactly. I don't think
But have you been Baldonied this week or anything like that?
No.
No.
but this
Very
week I've been good.
You been good?
He's been good.
I've been good.
Did you have any shows?
I did. We did the Hemet Theater. What's up, Hemet? I got dressed up really nice with a sports coat. I was like looking a little nicer than usual. And I get to Hemet and the audience is wearing flip-flops and shorts. I was like, what?
Maybe they
Why?
wonder
I
he's gonna.
forgot it's Hemet.
You went to go see La Novia over there, huh?
Huh?
You went to go see La Novia
¿Cuál novia?
and Hemet.
So I got to Hemet. So we did Hemet. So thank you, Hemet. People showed up to the show.
Yes.
Nice.
Not Texas, Arizona. We're going to be at the Tempe Improv in Arizona. So anybody from Phoenix, surrounding areas, come down to the show. And then
Friday.
what else? Tahoe. I'll be in Tahoe the 17th, 18th, and 19th at the Harris Casino.
Ooh. Nice.
Oh, you're busy.
Fancy.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get started. You
I'm a
ready?
single mom those weekends.
Huh?
I'm a single mom those weekends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely single mom.
Speaking of single parenting,
Oh.
there's this video I want you guys to see.
All right.
Let's check it out.
So I'm sending my stepson home once again with an invoice of everything that he ate while he was at my house. I don't know if you guys remember, but during the summertime, he came over and I billed his mom because he ate up all my food. All my food, the food that I had for my children, for my family, he ate all that shit up. So now he's here on winter break. Thank God he leaves today. And this is the little invoice that I'm sending him home with because she needs to pay me for everything that he fucking ate. So everything that he ate totals up to $191.54. Fruity Pebbles, the honey buns, Swiss rolls, hot Cheetos. He ate the entire bag. Soup, boiled egg, orange soda, grapes, yogurt. It goes on and on. All dinner plates, takeout, eating out, gas for driving him to the park. I'm charging for every single thing. Like, what is it with teenage kids and eating so much? Like, what? You need to bring him prepared and you need to bring him over here with either groceries in his hands next time or money. Thank you. So I'm going to be putting this in his bag. And last time she paid me, I think it was like $115. She paid me. So this time, she better pay up and on time.
So in this video, I'm pretty sure this is satire. I think it is. I think she mentions it in her comments that it is satire. And she's talking about, she's sending the mom of her stepson. She has her stepson come for the winter break. And he eats everything, of course, in the house. He's eating everybody's food. And she makes an invoice. And she sends it to the real mom. And like she's like, your kid ate all of my food. All of my family's food. All of my kids' food. Here's your bill.
Mhm.
I know it's satire, but you know women do this.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Let
And
me
men.
ask you something.
There's people that are, whew,
If the husband comes in, the wife comes to you and says you're doing the couples therapy, and they say, Irvin, what's wrong with me sending his wife or his ex-wife
Yeah.
a bill for her kid that came and ate all the food that I work for too? And her point is, I work for this food too. I paid for this. My bill is to pay for the food bill. So what's wrong? How would you then talk to that person
Yeah.
as a therapist and go, listen, lady, you're bananas. You can't tell her that. But how would you approach that? Because in her mind, she's right. She's justified. She's like, hey, he comes in her mind. You understand? Like this
okay,
lady
in
said
her mind, yeah.
Yeah.
So he might have a person in his office sitting there telling him, no, Irvin, nah, because if he eats all this food, I'm going to send him a bill. How would you address that? How would you deal with crazy?
Yeah. Well, the first thing I would do is probably have her realize, I mean, you can do that, but things come with consequences. And the consequence of doing this bill, keeping tab of everything is that, well, one, the teenager, that's what I'm mostly worried about. Like, what are you making that person feel? Like, he's just trying to spend time with his dad. He's eating. Sure, maybe he eats a lot, but teenagers eat a lot.
Oh, they eat like they hate you.
They
They eat like they
Yeah.
hate
Though,
you.
they really
eat-
do, though.
I'm like, really, lobster? Today it's Wednesday, mija. Really?
I know.
Yeah.
No, but
but that's how teenagers are, right? So
Yeah.
now you're starting to make them feel bad. You're making them feel uncomfortable. You're making them feel kind of like you're not really part of the family.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the ousting part of it, right? That's where my concern is with her nickel and diming. It's not so much the money, but the effect it has on the teenager. But the second thing is on the husband too. Because like what if he's a passive husband and he doesn't like it, but he's not speaking up? It's
Ooh.
building up resentment.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's going to be issues down the line, right? Or if he's not the type to hold it in and he's like fighting, now you're causing active issues with your husband. Because when you get married, you really do marry and take in whatever family they have, kids and all.
Yeah.
And so I did look it up because I was curious. I was like, wait, is this a skit? Because that's
yeah.
kinda...
Yeah.
So I looked at her profile. She does skits and satire.
Okay.
So it is a fake thing.
It's pretty
but-
good. It was
But,
believable.
but
It
no,
was, it
but
was,
there
yeah.
are bananas out there.
No,
There are
and you
people
know
that are
what?
bananas that'll actually do things
Yeah.
like that.
I was also thinking about it like in a different way, in a different light. Like, what if the kid is like maybe diabetic, or his diet needs to be watched? I mean, she did it in a different way. Like, okay, we need to talk to him about his diet because this is really unhealthy. Not so much about the money. Let's not make it about the money.
Yeah.
But how can you bring up like, hey, dude, you need to talk to your son. This is not healthy for him.
That's healthy. That's a good parent
Right.
looking out for the kid, saying maybe the father's too busy and doesn't notice that the kid's only eating junk food.
Yeah.
So as a stepmom, you go, hey, listen, he ate a whole box of cereal like in one sitting. Like we really got to talk to him.
Something's up.
Like this is not healthy, like the way he's eating. So that's okay. But I think being petty,
Yeah.
and I think that also if you really look at it, is it worth losing that respect and that confidence that you already built with your stepson?
Mm-hmm.
A relationship has to exist between you two.
Yeah.
So by you bringing these things out to the light, you're gonna alienate him. He's gonna ostracize himself. He's gonna be, oh, I'm not part of the family. I get it.
Yeah.
You made it clear
Yep.
by charging me. You lose that trust.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kids remember that, man.
Yeah.
Kids remember that.
Yeah,
I talk to adults and they remember the littlest things. Like, you know, I was working with someone today and they're just like, they remember something that happened at 14 where they finally opened up to their parents and their parents just were not ready to deal with it. Like, they weren't mean, but they were just like, oh, do you want to talk to a therapist? Like that, like, I'm just going to push that to the side. I don't want to deal with this. And this person distinctly just remembers feeling so disappointed in their parents. Like,
Oh.
damn, I'm real for the first time, and that's how you react to it. And they
They
just
didn't
learn,
know
okay,
how.
I can't open up to anyone.
Yeah.
People remember.
Yeah. And even the little things. I remember being 10
Mm-hmm.
and my uncle, my dad's uncle, basically my great uncle, they left me there and I'm hanging out, I'm messing with the kids, and I go and just trying to be nosy. And the guy was okay with me, I guess. I was just a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I moved the lever of the hood, like a little latch where it locks. It was click. And he go, ¿qué hiciste? And he tried to close the hood and he just lost it. Hijo de tu pinche madre, bah, bah, bah. And he's just screaming at me and yelling at me. And I'm a kid, and this grown man just yelling at me, and I took it so personal.
You don't understand
Oh, yeah.
why.
And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, dude. Like, and then he just pulled the lever again, and it popped open again.
Like, it wasn't a big deal.
No big deal. He just couldn't figure it out. At
It wasn't
that moment.
broken. It wasn't.
Nothing broke. It was just me being a kid touching stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he lost it and screamed at me so bad. I was like, you know what? Till this day, I still don't forgive the guy.
Yeah.
I still have resentment, and he's an
Yeah.
old man. He can't walk. He's a great guy, I'm pretty sure. But since then, I hated him. I was like, nope, I hate you. I don't want you.
We don't like that guy.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I never visit him. He's the only one in Mexicali I won't visit. I'm serious. I hold that grudge
Funny.
of like I don't.
But I'm telling you,
No,
he was,
it makes sense.
yeah. I mean, he was so young. Like that's your experience with him.
Yeah, as a
Every time-
10-year-old kid, I was
Yeah, like you'll remember the tia that gave you all the candy and like got you all the
Absolutely.
the Lego Wicked stuff and all the
yeah, you remember that
and the
stuff.
Laneige lip
Exactly.
glosses, you know.
You wouldn't understand about
You
the
wouldn't
lip
understand,
gloss.
but like if I got all of that stuff from my tia, I'd be like, my tia Gabi, she gave me all this stuff when I was a kid, and I never
Yes,
even
we-
had
we
to say
should
it
remember
twice.
her.
Yeah,
We should.
You know, but I'll remember her because you do both. You remember both of those,
yes, but you hold on to those grudges.
and you also remember really weird things when you're a kid, like traumatic. Like I remember, and this is really random. Because you know, like I remember going to Mexico and there was a funeral, and then I remember some other lady saying, "Oh, you can't go because you have a cortada and like you might get germs." Because I guess back in the day they didn't embalm in Mexico. Oh, you have a cut on your hand, you can't go because it's gonna get in your wound. And I remember walking by the dead body and I'm thinking,
You're all covering
just
yourself.
covering my wound.
Dude, in Zacatecas,
It's so-
they still
it's
burn the
freaking
mattresses. They burn
Yeah.
everything. They burn their
But you
clothes. They
freak me
burn
out. They freak you out
Does
with
freak you
those
out.
things. Like
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. And I still remember the room and the bot, and I'm just covering my little cut that I had in my hand. Like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
Till this day, you do that, huh?
To this day, I'm like, wait, somebody's dead?
No.
I just cover my hand. Sorry, that was.
Oh my god.
Anyways, we're going to watch my biggest pet peeve next.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's watch it.
People with a victim complex wig me out. Do you know what I mean? What do you mean you've gotten into like 20 fights and had 30 falling outs within the past 2 years, but you're not the problem? Come on, a little common sense never goes straight. It's actually cooked. They will literally sit there and complain about how everyone treats them poorly, and it's like, I think maybe you may be playing a part in it. I mean, I could be wrong. It has happened once before, but seriously.
So this one, my biggest pet peeve is this guy is talking about the victim complex. That's the biggest like don't play the victim. Like what he says is like like really 20 people are telling you the same thing, but you are not in the wrong. You can't take accountability. What causes a person to act this way, like to become a victim of everything?
Yeah, you know that reminds me of so everyone's heard of like a narcissist, right? It's a pretty common
Yes.
term. There's a specific kind of narcissist that's called a vulnerable narcissist, right? And this is the narcissist who basically, woe is me, my life. Everything is always going wrong. It's always someone else's fault. I'm a victim of this. I'm a victim of that. So, I mean, I'm not saying every person that's like this is a narcissist or a vulnerable one, but it reminded me of that because I've met at least 2 or 3 so far where they will not take accountability for anything. They're just like, I don't know, it's just every one of my relationships just doesn't work out. Like I don't understand it. And I'm just over there like, maybe you should stop dating inmates. Maybe that might help. You know what I mean? Like inmates who like are just notoriously like going in and out of jail. Probably not the best kind of guy to go for.
Yeah, maybe
right?
it's your picker.
Exactly. And I was kind of like nicely like you know, I think I've told you guys this quote, but one of my favorite people in like history is Winston Churchill because he talked about tact. He said, tact is the ability to tell someone to go to hell in such a way that they look
Yeah.
forward to the trip.
Yeah.
Meaning to say, like, if you're really good with your words, you can say some really like douchey
Richard's
things to
really good at
people,
that.
right? And
Like
so
Big Dog.
yeah, big dog, right?
Like Big
Yeah,
Dog.
Big Dog.
Big Dog.
Yeah.
And like so, like learning to tell someone like you're a bad mother without really saying the words.
Yeah.
Like I had to learn to do that, and so you learn really quickly to do stuff like that with some of your patients, where you're just like, dude, that was a dumb decision. Like, what did you just do?
Yeah.
How would you tell somebody
So-
that they're just picking the wrong person and it's them?
Yeah, you know what? The way I did it with her was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, can you talk to me about this person you were dating? And so like I had her describe aspects like, you know, he's a cheater. He always lied to me. He was you know always looking at other women and blah blah blah. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Like, can you tell me a little bit about your dating history? Like, what about the guy before him? And she's like, yeah, like he was a good guy, but honestly, like he was just never truthful with me. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Did he cheat on you? Yeah, that one cheated too. Oh, that's interesting. What about like the guy before that? And so like, you know, she basically kept saying the same thing over and over again without realizing. And I told her, hey, I just talked to you about your last 3 or 4 boyfriends and you literally copy and pasted. They cheat on you, they lie to you, and they're always talking or checking out women. Did you notice that? And then they're like, Oh, I never noticed that. You're right, huh? I'm like, yeah, maybe. Do you think it might be maybe you're attracted to these kind of people? Do you think that might be it? And they're just like, yeah, actually, I think you're right.
Well, they're not necessarily a narcissist. They're just dumb.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know what I mean, like,
I was
there's
thinking
dumb
the same
people
thing.
out there, just
Yeah.
dumb. Maybe they're just
Yeah.
dumb, and they're
They
just
just-
very naive and dumb, and go, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't see it. Basically, they're not looking at themselves from the outside in. They're in the moment. They just
Maybe
only
just
see what they want.
They
to
just
see.
like the attention from anyone, and they just happen to get it from those people. And she's like, this one.
Well, I think also they. So I mean, what happens to them at an early age to like have this victim complex? Like, what happened with like their parents or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of the time they have parents who are just not there for them. Like in this particular, like the person I'm talking about, their dad completely just left, abandoned the family completely, and the mom was just someone who not only was into drugs but also was dating dumb guy after dumb guy after dumb guy, and so she never had a stable father or male figure in her life. Her mom was never there for her emotionally. And so she was just this starved person of love. And so she would accept it anywhere from anyone.
Okay, then what she did is she would look at everything and just pick the good parts and try to ignore the bad parts.
Yep.
And just went through life like that, going, "Oh yeah, I know, but we're not going to talk
I feel like
about
a lot of
that."
people. I feel like a lot of people do that.
Of course,
You know?
because it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to actually go, "Oh, well, hold on. Can we talk about the kilo of cocaine in the car?"
Yeah.
like
Whoa.
I'm not just gonna ignore that some buff guy just showed up and give you something that looks like cocaine.
Yeah. All these big red flags slapping you in the face.
Yeah, and then you get home. Of course, he's not gonna tell you anything. He just puts it in the back, but you never also don't ask the questions because you choose to stay quiet and look the other way.
Yeah.
That's it. And then you're surprised when, what? He dealt drugs? Oh my God! I can't believe he was that guy. Of course, you were with him.
Do you think the victim, like the whole victim thing, is that the same thing as like the snowball effect? Like just bad things keep happening to you. Like you get in a car accident and then you go home and then like you can't get in your house and then something happened. And like there's people that everything happens to them. That you think it's part of the same thing? Or that's the same effect?
Yeah, actually, there's this study I read on that. So basically, I heard in a podcast and then I read it because I thought it was pretty interesting. They were testing people who thought they were lucky versus people who thought they were unlucky. So they got them into two groups and they had them do like a survey to assess like, do I feel like I'm a lucky person? And so people that said yes, they put them in this group. People that didn't think they were lucky and bad luck would happen all the time, they put them in that group. And what they had them do was they had them get a newspaper and they told them, I want you to count how many pictures are in this newspaper. Just go through the whole thing. And the trick was, as soon as you opened it, I think it was on page 2 or 3, there was literally this big picture that said, there's exactly 42 images in this newspaper. You can close it now, right? And it's interesting because the people who thought they were lucky, they're just like, okay, 1, 2, okay, and that's it. They left it at that. They saw the opportunity, they took it. The people who thought they were unlucky, they read that, but they were really skeptical of it, and they just kept going.
They didn't trust.
And most of the time, they ended up being wrong. They were making their own luck. And so I guess what the researchers concluded is people who are lucky or who think they're lucky see more opportunities than people who don't think that they're lucky. They're just more open-minded. They see opportunities that other people don't notice, and they go for it. They don't mind the risk.
Yeah.
Versus people who think they're unlucky, they're too skeptical, they're too scared.
Detrás del miedo está el dinero. My dad used to say that all the time. Behind that fear is the money. Just go behind. Like, you just got to go over that hump. Like, got to be able to throw the dice, let it roll. That's it. Like, that's really life.
It's a little scary to think like that, though. I live with that guy.
Yeah. But that he would say that so you wouldn't be scared.
It's okay. The light's turning red. It's okay. It's just yellow. It's just yellow. Keep going.
But you know what? The guy that always feels like he has bad luck hits the brakes.
Yeah.
And he still skids through the red light and he gets hit.
That's true. That's
and then
true.
guess what? I was like, oh, I made it. I'm so lucky. No, I never gave up. It was,
funny.
full pedal to the metal.
No, but you know what? There's something to. I like that the quote, by
have-
the way.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of truth in
It
it.
doesn't
It
give us
is.
el dinero.
Well, yeah, because
fear is a success.
no, 100% because even in therapy, the people who really heal and do well are the ones that are willing to go through the pain and bring some crap up.
Yeah.
The people who are too scared or kind of skirt around it, those are the ones that get stuck.
Mhm.
And so there's some truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just all
But
right.
that's at other things, but I'm not
I
going to
mean,
say those are not
you know.
appropriate for
You
this
don't,
podcast.
you don't need to hear all the things
I
that
mean,
your
no.
dad said. Your dad said a lot of things. You're right. It's not.
You should
Now we might
write a
get
book.
Yeah, we might get in trouble. Oh, maybe we should just do a book of things my dad said.
There you go.
And then this video, I really like what the message that it says. Let's check it out.
When someone is struggling or in need, all they need is 8 minutes from a friend to hold space with them to make them feel better. And so now we have a code word. When one of us is struggling, the text is, do you have 8 minutes? And that simply means, I need you. I'm going to cry.
There's no greater honor that you could give a friend than to send them a text message that says, do you have 8 minutes? Like, when you're in your own, like, darkness, there is no greater gift to let someone know how much they mean to you to send that text.
There's no great honor.
There is no greater. Like, that is the level friend that I aspire to be. And I don't have a zillion friends because I'm like, the friends I have, I'm the 8-minute text in the middle of the night friends. I'm the stop, drop, and roll friends.
And this book is, do you have 8 minutes? And it's what it's saying is when someone is struggling or in need, all they need is 8 minutes to make them feel better. So pretty much just reach out to that one person that is your go-to. Ask, do you have 8 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Have you dealt with something like that? Or like, have you heard of that concept?
Yeah. I have a couple who they were a really challenging couple to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling Gabby, like, I just wanted to jump off the therapist bridge. 'Cause
Oh,
I
no.
didn't have a good session with them. Like, it was like rough.
Was it?
So I was like, man, I suck at this job. You know, like it just didn't go
Aw.
well. And as we were sort of, working together, we finally hit something because, just long story short, the wife needed emotional regulation. Like, she needed her husband to help her when she's having a hard time. She's a little bit more on the emotional side.
Mm-hmm.
He's super logical. And he's trying to like make her feel better by like fixing it or giving her reasons why she's overthinking it. And like once we figured it out, I literally just asked her, "What do you need? Like genuinely, what do you need? Like like you're freaking out, you're scared for your son or whatever, and you're catastrophizing, you're freaking out. What do you need in that moment?" And she said, "I just need a hug. I don't need you to do anything." And I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." And I look at him, I'm like, "Do you think you could do that? I know you want to fix it. I know in your head you're thinking of reasons to like make her feel better, but do you think you can do that?" And he's like, he was kind of skeptical, right? And then I don't see them for like a month, and then she tells me, like, she has this big old smile on her face, and I'm like, "Well, can you tell me what happened?" She's like, "He's been there for me." I was like, "Really? What happened?" She's like, "Well, I was having a freak out. We were on vacation, and he just sat there and he gave me a hug and he said, 'I love you. I'm here for you, okay?' And just listened to me for like the next 10, 15 minutes of me saying the dumbest things that now I'm calm. I know they're dumb. I'm aware, but I just needed someone to care about me."
Why are you talking about me and Richard?
Exactly.
By the way, as I was hugging her, I was thinking I could fix this. I could definitely fix this. I could totally
Believe
fix
it, believe it or not, this issue you guys are
Sounds-
talking about is
Yeah.
extremely common.
this. Absolutely.
It's one of the most common
Wow.
issues in marriages.
I could see that. Like, totally. That would fix me.
Listen, and it's not just couples,
Yeah.
friends.
Yes.
Male
course.
I had a conversation. Actually, I just had
Siblings.
this with a comedian. He has this thing where his whole thing, his stigma or what he's doing is, I'm on my own. I'm on the road. I'm a loner and this and that. He's always promoting that, right? And he called me for some other reason, and then I said, "How you doing?" He's like, I'm good. Everything's good, man." And then there was a pause. And then I was like, "All right, you good, bro?" He says, "Yeah. Can I ask you a question?" why is it that you guys don't like me? Like, why is it that like this guy doesn't like me? Like, you don't call me for gigs. You don't
Yeah.
like this guy won't book me, and all these insecurities as a comedian start coming out, and you start creating these narratives in your head why people don't call you. It's because they don't like me. It's because I'm not funny. It's because of this. Because of that, right? And I said, first of all, you promote yourself as a loner, that you're on the road by yourself. I mean, like, so if you're the lone wolf out there, well, guess what? Well, leave him alone. Shit, that's what he likes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why don't you change your theme to, hey, I'm friendly. Give me a call. You know what I mean?
I want friends.
Exactly. Because, I mean, first of all, that's because when I see that, I say, look for him. He's the lone wolf. Let him do his thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bother you.
He's not gonna come-
I mean, I'm not going to
come.
look for you. I'm like, hey, he's probably out there in the wild, like doing his own wild things. But, okay, so if you're going to promote yourself as the lonely guy, don't get mad because you're sad now.
Yeah.
and you're missing people. Don't do that.
Yeah.
First of all. Second, whenever you like, you can call me and you can go on my stage. You just never ask. And you want to know why you never ask? Because in your head, you already gave yourself an answer that I was going to say no. But you never asked. Now, you've never called me to ask either. Just call me, and I'm telling you right now that we're having this conversation, that you can go up whenever you want.
Yeah. Easy.
Right? Okay. They're not going to look out for you. The world's not going to look out for you as a person. Like that TikTok says, nobody's coming for you. Nobody's going to rescue you. Guys, you feel lonely, go out there and make friends. There's other people that would love to be your friend, but you haven't asked.
Just ask.
That's it. Just ask. That's it.
And that's hard.
That's what I
sometimes,
told them, bro. We all love you, but you don't ask. When did you ever ask me to do stuff or go on the road or whatever? And then I told them, now let's take a step back. Have you reflected on everything you're doing this week, this month? Look at all the shows you already have booked. You haven't looked at that. You've been focusing on the people that never call you, the people that never book you. Well, all of these other people are booking you. You don't focus on them.
Yeah.
Right? Because they already booked me. No, motherfucker, be
You got
thankful. Be
attention from
grateful.
those.
Go back and call them and say, thank you, man. Thank you for always booking me.
Yeah. For sure.
You know, that's really interesting.
No, I'm sorry. This is a guy to a guy.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think it's funny because I don't think some people understand how they present themselves, like how people see them. Like that's something that I'm always going to be grateful to Gabby at my old job when I was first becoming a therapist. You know, I'm doing 8 patients a day. I'm burnt out. I don't want to talk to anyone because I'm just tired. You know, in my head I was thinking, okay, I'm going to give all my energy to Gabby and my patients, and that's it. I don't need to talk to anyone else.
In that order.
In that order, literally, right? No, but like, so like, I'm at work, and then I'm like, kind of getting weird energy from people, like the other therapists. Of course, they're nice, but I'm like, what's this weird energy? I can't quite tell. And I talked to Gabby, and she's just like sits there, just like, you know, you're kind of standoffish, right? Like, do you understand you're doing that? And I'm just like, what? She's like, yeah, like from what you told me. You're in the room all day, you close it, so you're like not inviting, and then when you see people in the hallway, you say hi and you just keep it going. Like there's no sense of you wanting to connect with people. And I'm just sitting there going like, people see that? And she's like, yes, people see that. They're just too nice to tell you anything, but people see that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have this stupid hat and you're pretending you're not wearing something. It's like, dude, we all see it. We're just not saying it because we're being nice to you. But like we don't know how we're presenting ourselves. And so when she told me that just like opened my mind like, oh, like, okay, I need to be friendly with people. Like, I'm over here thinking, like, man, I don't think people like me. It's like, yeah, dummy, like, you're rejecting people. You're standoffish. Like, no crap.
Pushy
Last
face.
night, I went to the haha. I wasn't performing. It's called showing face. Meaning, the people that I went to go mingle with are people that are already big in the business that need to see my face and go, oh, Richard, what's up, man? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And you never leave the place like the haha or the improv or the comedy store anywhere, because when you're showing face, it's for you to network.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I left out of there with a spot at the Hollywood Improv.
Yeah.
But that's where you go. But I understood that. Nobody's going to knock on my door and say, hey, Richard, you want to do the Hollywood Improv? I have to go to the haha without being invited
Yeah.
and make an effort to communicate with other comics and network so I can gain something I want.
Yeah.
So if you want friends, go out there, look for friends.
You gotta talk to
They're not gonna knock on
people.
your door.
I know, it's because like you even see TikToks, right, of like people that are just rotting in their houses and they're like, yeah, I'm just waiting here for my husband or my wife. It's like they're never gonna show
They're
up
not gonna
like
come-
in your house.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like him, Simon Sinek.
Mhm.
He talks about how friendships
Yeah.
make you more successful. Because he's like a huge CEO of his company, and he's always just doing talks and podcasts and
Yeah.
stuff. And he's really big on like the kind of friend that you are. So, you know, it's important to have that community. Like you said, you went, you just showed up, you did community with other people, and like you created that networking.
Yeah, but I don't show up to the haha and go to a corner and grab a beer and be quiet. I show up and go, hey, what's
Right?
going on, buddy? Hey, how you been? Happy New Year, big hug.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's inviting. I
Yeah.
want to talk to Richard. I'm going to catch
Yeah.
up with him. Why? Because look at him. He's happy. He's hugging. He's
Yeah.
You're
the
inviting.
yeah, you're walking around though. You're making yourself accessible to people to reach out to you and touch you and go, hey, let's take a picture.
And you smell good.
And you say, I smell good.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't go like stinky.
That's
Yeah,
important.
you can't be stinky.
No.
Yeah.
But-
Shower.
But yeah, but you have to put that foot forward.
Right.
You have to be the one that goes out and gets it.
Yep.
Nice.
Or I'm just lucky.
And some people are unlucky.
And some people think they're unlucky. It's how you think. It's how you perceive.
Yeah.
I have some questions, some topics today. And one of them, I have a question for you guys. This one here goes. During the holidays, we spent it at my dad's side of the family since my mom's family lives out of the country. I noticed she was left out of everything. Eating by herself, on the couch by herself, etc. I want to talk to my dad about why he didn't help include her. When I tried mentioning it to him before, he says he never notices she's by herself. How do I bring it up to him? My mom is a quiet type and never speaks up for herself. So, like, they're at the party and she's over there just by herself, chilling.
Does he even bring it up?
I don't know. I mean, I guess part of me would be interested in what the mom thinks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, because like, what if she's genuinely comfortable? She's like, no, I'm good. I don't.
That's interesting. That's what Richard thought.
Yeah.
my
That's what I
first
went to
thought,
third too.
Yeah, my first thought was like, maybe she doesn't want to be bothered.
I thought something else. I just thought she was a bitch.
Why?
I'm like, maybe she's a bitch and nobody wants to talk to her because she's rude.
Yeah,
maybe she's just
your mom
rude.
is
I actually thought maybe she's just introverted. She
Yeah.
just doesn't want to be bothered.
Yeah, and some people are shy. They want to be the center of attention, and
Yeah.
they're very comfortable being the fly in the wall.
Yeah.
And they really enjoy that nobody pointed them out. They didn't
Yeah.
look silly. And they were like, "Woo, good."
Well, we have somebody in the family that's like that.
Yeah.
And it's not Gabby. But
No, but yeah.
no, but we have somebody in the family that like we genuinely we think she is really enjoying herself, and we always like have her in the circle, but she's very quiet, never really talks, but we know she's happy. Like we know we always offer her something to drink, and she's always happy.
Yeah, she doesn't sit in a corner. No, she's in the mix.
She's
she
in the
just
mix.
doesn't
She's just
say anything.
she's just a smiley person, and she's just not conversing with us. Maybe I think it's a conversation she should have with her mom or he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
You know, in when you become a therapist, like one of the first things that they teach you is someone could have maybe something that looks like a problem, but the main focus is it causing issues or distress in their life. If it's really not, like in this case, like let's say I had them as a couple and the husband saying like, I don't really like that, you know, she doesn't talk at the parties and all this stuff. I would ask her like, is that really a problem to you? And if she said, I am perfectly happy him being a social butterfly. I'm just a fly in the wall, enjoying watching. I like being, you know, the fly in the wall.
Oh.
Okay, then that's not a problem then.
And that's where I went because right away that maybe she likes it because the dad never found out. I think
Yeah, he never
if the
realized
dad, I think if it bothered her, she would have brought it up right away. I hate going to your family.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
none of them talk to me. So the dad would have known. The fact that the dad never knew makes me think she never complained about it because she likes being quiet.
Yeah, and the way I
That
took
makes
the message is like, I don't think the mom ever mentioned it to the daughter. It sounds like it's the daughter
Just
observing.
Noticing, yeah.
The other
That's what
it's
I'm
on
saying,
the
but
other
it's
side.
really not a problem because the dad never knew about it, like you said. As
Yeah.
long as it's not causing a conflict, as long as she's okay with it, then it's fine.
I agree, you guys.
Exactly.
No, well, you don't agree because you said you thought she was a bitch.
Well, now,
Yeah, now you
but I
feel
mean, she
bad.
could have been. No, no,
Why?
because she
What
could
made you
still
think
be.
that though?
Because I've seen people that are like that too. That you know what? Let's just está loca. Let's not even talk to her. Just leave her. You know, let her be in her world.
You just literally go to a family gathering and ostracize one of the members. And
No, I don't do it on purpose, but I'm
Look at
sure
that
that
hoe
happens
there.
too.
She earned her being ostracized.
No, but I mean, not even just in family events, but like you've been to parties where like there's that bitch. Oh, she's fucking.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. We
You
all
know,
have
you all have one. You go somewhere and like, oh, dude, don't talk to her because she's gonna spill all your cheese, man. Like, if you tell her anything, she's gonna go and tell everybody else over there. So let's not even talk to her or him, whatever. You know, it's un borracho.
Hey,
You know?
hey, listen. Quick question.
Yeah.
My question. I want to ask you, how do you address it, or do you even address it, or is it because, or do I even have the right to bring it up? Yeah, if I have a family member, let's say a young 20s, and she brings her boyfriend over, and they're making out in my house, do I have the right to say, hey, quit? Stop! Like, really? You guys are gonna have a makeout session?
Damn right
on my
you do.
couch?
I'm gonna answer that for you.
No, you know,
If
but I
that
wanna
happens
ask
in
you,
my
okay, then
house,
how do I address
better.
something like this? Because I would think at that age you understand this is not okay behavior,
Right.
but you don't. You're ghetto. You don't get it. No, this is true. This is
That's
you're
true.
just ghetto.
That's ghetto.
And so I have a ghetto family member that decides, oh, I'm gonna have a makeout session here with my boyfriend on your couch.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, there's kids running around. My mom's running around. I don't need
There's
your
kids
makeout
on your
session.
lap.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Your daughter, not his, is on your lap while you're making out. Like,
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, you know,
Have
I
some
know maybe
respect.
she doesn't see anything wrong with it. Maybe she even thinks it's cute. that she's
We
doing
love
it.
each other.
Yeah.
But do I have the right to go? Especially as my house, right? I can
Yeah.
tell her, hey, listen, quit this shit. Don't do this, right?
I would hope
course.
you
All right,
you do.
No, absolutely. You have the right to tell her something. Like, I understand maybe it's not an issue to her, but it's an issue to you. And one, it's your house. You know, you could set the boundary like, dude, if you want to make out, go outside.
Dude, keep it
Go to your
PG. Keep
car.
it PG.
Go home.
Go home.
Keep it
Like, if
PG.
it's that big of a deal, but like, kids are there. Like,
Yeah.
be appropriate.
Like I was telling Richard, it's okay to be lovable and loving to your spouse, your friends, or like a kiss, a smooch is fine, a hug is fine. But like when you're gonna go
If you're
full on
holding- if
French
they
kiss,
were holding hands, and I get it, a cute
fine.
little couple that they're in love, they want to hold hands the whole time.
it's
Of
fine.
course, yeah.
Hold hands as much as you want. That's the way you hold.
I don't need to see slobber.
No.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Passing turkey.
Actually, just start recording them.
All right.
I'm gonna make a TikTok next time.
No, that's
Is this
inappropriate.
okay?
Yeah.
No, that's inappropriate. Like, kids shouldn't be watching something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's just not.
Or adults, I
etiquette.
think.
Or
Like,
adults.
Come on.
Yeah.
Or adults, it's
That's weird,
uncomfortable.
Like family members are there. Like nobody's gonna want to sit next to you guys as you're making out.
I don't
It's
know
a
when you're
big
gonna.
couch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like are you?
Grandma's
can
right
you-
there.
Yeah. Imagine my mom wants to sit down and they're like making out.
you hear is
like, yeah.
That's weird, dude. Take them out.
Ugh.
Man.
You're like awkward.
Awkward turtle.
Here's a question that's kind of funny. It says, I genuinely want to know why moms complain about not being able to spend time with their kids, but then when you try to have a conversation with them, they seem bothered. How do they do that? I think it's kind of like one of those things where you're like, you know, my mom's always complaining, and you know, you see your mom and she's over there like watching TV all by herself. I'm going to go talk to my mom right now. And then you go sit next to her. Hi, mom. ¿Qué quieres? You know, like, what do you want? Like, and they're like upset automatically, like instantly. We all have the moms like they all do that, especially like us Latina moms.
Yeah.
I know I do that sometimes with Oli because
Do you feel guilt that you're not spending enough time with your daughter?
I think that's what it sounds like. I remember doing that with my mom. Like, oh, I feel guilt, like because she'd be like, oh, you can go out with your friends, but you can't spend no time with me. But you can go out on a Tuesday, Wednesday. I remember her saying stuff like that. Oh, but you can't do that with me. And then when you try that, I'm like, I'm gonna try tonight. And she's real, like she gets real, like, what do you want? Like, what do you want? And then you realize, oh, she's watching her novela.
Absolutely. Do you understand? Like this whole time you don't want to hang out with me. The moment I am seeing the novela, which I cannot see again,
It only comes out
you're waiting
once.
for this. This is when you want to come and hang out. Are you kidding me? So
Yeah.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's the only time she has to watch it.
Exactly. Now this is when you want to spend time with her. I mean, of course she's gonna be upset.
Yeah, genuinely, person. I think just like you're not picking the right time or the right place.
Yeah.
And that's something I learned in management.
You gotta learn.
Give it into a schedule. Put it into a schedule. If it's that
Yeah.
important, you put it into a schedule where you go, okay, let's dedicate this time.
Schedule it.
Schedule it. And
Yeah.
it's nothing wrong with it because even your kid will start looking forward to it and go, oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you have it on the schedule.
Yeah, I know Oli does.
Yeah. So
Oh, she does.
Oh yeah,
we put it on the schedule. She knows.
she has a
On
schedule.
the way to school, she'll remind me, oh, my God, 2 more days.
Yeah, like you can't tell her we're on like Tuesday at 6:00. We're gonna go to Cane's and then we're gonna watch a movie and like Yeah, she'll know. She's like, oh, today's Tuesday, huh?
Today's
When you
Tuesday.
pick me up from school, we're gonna go do that, and we're gonna hang out in your car, like, because that's what we do. We do that.
But
at
they know
least.
it's in the schedule, and they look forward to it and go, okay, got it.
But there's sometimes after 9 o'clock, and she's in bed, and here she comes while I'm watching Netflix crime movies, and she's like, "Mom, I'm not tired." I'm like, this is my time. So no,
hilarious.
don't. Oh, because she doesn't do that to you.
No, she doesn't bother me.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Here's another fun video. I'm not gonna share it, but I'll put it in the description when I post it. It's in a video by it's Nabil 915. It shows her mother-in-law bringing up her husband's ex-girlfriend while they're having dinner. They're like eating barbacoa or something, and the mother-in-law's like, "Oh, remember like so and so, you're like the ex-girlfriend. She used to love barbacoa. Apparently, she still has a relationship with the ex-girlfriend, and you can see like the girl's face like change immediately. Like, you see." Look at this shit in Spanish, and she's like, "Look at this crap. Here she comes, bringing up your ex again." And the husband's like, "No, chill. Like, don't disrespect my mom." Like, what? And she's like, "Disrespect your mom? She's disrespecting me. She keeps bringing her up, and she's not calming down. Like, she just throws her food down, and now she's like super upset, and like she's ready to leave. She's ready to go. Mother-in-law's apologizing like crazy. The husband's just still like, "Oh, see how you're acting?" He's kind of taking the mom's side the whole time. She's like, "You always take the mom's,
A red
like, your
flag.
mom's side." Red flag.
For me.
The couple walks into your office. How do you fix this one, buddy?
No. I walk out.
The wife.
Oh, that's
Did
the
anybody, did anybody bring me barbacoa?
I know.
I know. I'm hungry.
I want barbacoa now.
Oh man, that's kind of
So
kind of a rough one.
Stressful.
No, it's not, babe.
It is a little bit. It is.
Therapist Gabby said no.
Now, keep in mind, in that video I saw it, is she still the mother-in-law still has an ongoing relationship?
Sounds
with
like she does.
right?
That's what he said. Something like, "Oh, you know, they're still
You know,
friends."
and that happens all the
Yeah.
time because you have kids. So sometimes the grandmother might have to go pick up the grandkids from
Probably.
the wife. So she keeps an open line of communication
Of course.
with the
Yeah.
ex-wife for that reason.
If
Right.
it's for that
Right.
reason, I guess.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
all right.
Well, grandma's always gonna have that reason.
Yeah.
So how would you address this?
Well, I mean, I think first off, I mean, the fact that the mother-in-law was apologetic, right?
Yes, she was. But
She was, but you can tell she kind of was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's because we still talk," you know.
No, it don't matter, babe, if she's apologetic.
Well, no. The reason she's apologetic is that you might be able to work with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like meaning to say, like if the girlfriend has that much of an issue, don't do a freak out in front of the family like that. Like if you have an issue with someone, talk to them about it like, in private.
But
Like,
it's
that's
I don't know. To me, it looks like she does it all the time.
the
Because she even said it like this. She does this all the time. She's probably like fed up with it.
Well,
It's not about having to freak out. I think it's just like you're disrespecting me because I'm his
Again.
current wife, and you are acting like it's okay to have happy memories of this ex person.
Or like she's
It's not
invisible.
cool.
Yeah, like she's invisible.
I'm pretty sure that's not the first conversation she's had with her about that, right?
It sounds like no, because
So here it is. Ready?
The mother-in-law knows.
Ready? Because a mother-in-law does not care.
Yeah, exactly.
Because a mother-in-law can care two churros about her.
Exactly.
Because the mother-in-law might think, esta es una cualquiera, mañana se va.
There you
especially
go.
if she had kids with the other.
She looked very young in that video.
She did.
100%.
Okay, so I'm thinking the mother-in-law is going, mija, you're just a Wednesday date.
Yeah.
Like, listen, my son's going to get...
And he has
that's why
kids with
the
her.
son is also defending the mom because that justifies mom's thinking. But if this was a real relationship, if this was
Passive-aggressive.
years of marriage together, I just want you to know that your mother-in-law does not fear the fact that she might lose a relationship with you.
Yeah.
She's willing to walk away from it. She's willing to gamble because if I knew that if I said something, it might accept you to the point where we won't have a friendship, then I won't do that. I will make it a point to remember never to bring that up again because I know how much it hurts you.
Right.
But that's me respecting you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if they don't care. They're gonna whatever.
Facts.
And the husband or the boyfriend is not defending her. It's justifying mom's acts. Like going like, yep.
He's probably like, yeah, I should just go back to my ex.
But yeah,
Basically.
yeah, the mother-in-law.
You're right, Mom.
You know what? You're right. She does have my kids, right? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You're right.
Maybe
The
that's what the
barbecue was
mom would
great.
want.
she did like barbecue.
Yeah, exactly my thoughts. The mother-in-law does not care for this
She does
woman
not.
because she would not say that.
No, once she knew and she understands, she cares enough for you to say, "I'll never say that again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Irvin, you look very thoughtful.
I know.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think that's. I mean, you just got to the point, basically. Like the mom clearly doesn't care, which is why she keeps bringing it up. I guess my next question to that couple would be, well, what do you want to do about that? Like moving forward, because you're going to keep having family events.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what is it you want to do? How do you guys want to handle this together? Because you guys need to figure it out together, you know? But usually I'm not a fan of like arguments or stuff like that, right? Like in the middle of it, like again, her freak out, I don't think that made her look bad. You know what I mean?
It does. It does. It does make her look bad, but at the same time, I think it was a point where she's done. She's fed up.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
too.
but I think that's a conversation that she needs to have with her boyfriend or husband
Yeah.
and say, I need you to do this for me. I need you to go talk to your mom and tell her that that was not okay, that you do not, she should never do this again. It was very but it's a personal conversation he needs to have with his mother to straighten it out so she understands too. When she brings it up again, he's going to tell Mom, we had this conversation.
Yeah.
So you don't fight. Especially if she's married to you, if that's your wife. But it looks like she's probably the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like she's just...
No, it's his wife. Yeah.
It's his wife?
Yeah.
His new wife? Okay. Well, maybe también. Maybe the
It
mom
says my
knows.
husband's. Yeah, my suegra's talking about my husband's
See,
ex-girlfriend.
The moms know if their sons son cabrones. The moms know.
Sí, cierto.
The moms know what kind of son they have. And what kind of sneaky shit they're going
Sounds
to do
like he
and all
is
that
a
stuff.
cabron.
Yes.
Sounds
So the mom kind of knows, mija.
Yeah.
I know what you is.
Yes.
You are not the one. I like how you guys are all staring at me
No,
like, what do you
you're-
want?
You're the one leading this boat.
All right. Well, I thought you guys had more thoughts, but I wanted to talk about some red flags.
Ooh, red flags.
I was talking to my cousin this weekend, and I had she was mentioning something, and I was like, "That's a red flag." Like when a man moves like he's not with let's say he has kids with another woman. They're already separated. They're in different places, and he's found another girlfriend, and she has kids. But he's like, you know what? I'm gonna up and leave this town and go to live with you with your kids, and I'm gonna forget about my kids completely. Like to me, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
That's a big red flag. Why are my kids more important than your kids? How come you don't want to take care of your kids anymore? At all.
But you don't know their situation.
I don't, but I'm just saying, girl, that's a red flag. Let's ask questions. Ask questions.
So yeah.
Ask a lot of questions. Why do you want to leave your kids? Because if it were up to me, I would never leave my kids. Why is somebody else's kids more important than mine?
You would think, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You would think.
Yeah.
But also, as a selfish person, we discussed this earlier. I rather look at what's good and not what's bad. Because what's good, if I ignore this action of him abandoning his kids, I get his paycheck. He takes care of my kids. I get a partner in my life. And that's it. And whatever lie he tells me, I'm going to swallow that lie and believe him because I need to believe him because I need this for my life. I'm being selfish. I want something that's going to help me. This man is now my man.
Right.
Now he's going to take care of my kids. So that, but you understand that red
I
flag?
get it.
I don't
No.
see the red flag.
No, you're not seeing the red flag, but that's
as
a red flag, girl.
As a selfish person, you're looking
As
at
a selfish
what's
person. But let's think about it a little deeper.
Oh, that's
What
definitely a red flag.
No, but what kind of person is this guy? Like just look at it, the bigger picture. You have kids. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
What kind of guy is this guy? Is he abusive? Why doesn't he want to be around your kids? I mean, his kids and your kids are okay. You're not afraid that he's gonna hurt your kids one day. He's gonna turn on your kids.
You already decided, like I said, she's not gonna see any of
Right.
those because she's selfish. She's
She's
easy.
a red flag
I have a
too.
husband.
She's a red flag too. I like that. Yeah, she is. Dang, Gabby.
I know.
She's a red flag too.
Well, she's accepting the behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so true. Well, red flags all around. Just be careful.
Well, I mean, I've seen a situation like this where the guy left the original family and went with the new one, and he's apparently a good dad now all of a sudden, right?
All the time.
Oh.
And from observing that couple, or just that situation, my theory in the way the guy talks about his ex-wife, I'm like, oh, you're taking it out on the kids. Like the kids, for whatever reason, got lumped in with ex-wife, and now you just across the board don't like all of them, and you're just like, I'm out.
What did I tell you?
You should look at yourself because you created those.
No, I understand, but also the mother can feed into these kids to the point because you can be dealing with a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old that are old enough to be mean, like really mean, and they all gang up on dad. And dad goes, then you guys don't want me here, then I'm out. And now I go to another family, and all these kids really appreciate everything I do for them. And the mom is not turning them against me. Well, you don't want me, then what am I doing here?
Right, but as a dad, your responsibility is to your kids, and like you don't just yes, your mom's feeding these lies to you, but at the end of the day, Richard, like kids know the truth always comes out.
Absolutely.
And so like him just up and leaving and being like, well, I guess, then and he starts a whole new family and he's a good dad. I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe like him being a good dad to other kids.
It's like that one time that your friend, his dad called him and was like, "Hey, can you tell your mom about the child support?
Yeah, take me off the child support so I can feed my kids."
He's like, "That's my money."
Yeah. He's like, what about us? Like, what about you're telling him? Yeah,
Yeah, like what did I do to you, dude?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, and that's that. But that guy was a red flag from day one.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Could it happen where it's you have a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old and they both hate you and they're on mom's
Could it
side?
happen?
And you're
Yes.
the animal in the problem of the
If
situation.
they hate you, you did something.
Huh?
If they hate you, you did
something. Because you don't just hate someone. Like there's something there. I mean, yes, your parents could definitely feed stuff to you, but kids are pretty smart and they catch on. They're like, wait, something's not adding up. And like, I just feel like how you do one thing is how you do everything. So like you being this way, all of a sudden now you're just a great dad to other kids. Like I find that really hard to believe.
No, but I think there's redemption. I think people learn. I think people mature.
Rarely.
I saw my father be a different person with my younger brother.
Yeah, different dad.
You understand?
Oh, yeah.
He raised no. Listen, but we're talking about the same thing. Is as a father, you realize the mistakes you made with the first ones, and you learn emotional intelligence. You now start talking a little differently. You start opening up to your kids now. You start acting differently. The way he spoke to my younger brother was not the way he spoke to us.
No.
But because he was already in a time in his life where he understood he had short amount of time, he says, "I better really maximize this time with let me fix what I couldn't fix with those guys with this one."
Yeah.
So even my brother tells me, "I don't know what father you had, but the one I had was great."
Yeah. Wow. Different
You
dad.
understand? So my brother tells me this. I'm like, the same guy, the same guy.
Damn.
Good for him.
He hugged you?
No, but I'm saying,
he said, "I love
they
you"?
be great fathers? Yes, they learn. They decide, okay.
Yeah, but they can't be great fathers with the original ones then.
No.
Can they?
Well, I mean,
No.
they could, but you have to. We weren't available anymore. You understand?
You weren't available.
You were like,
No, honestly,
because
we
you were done.
We were grown. We were out of the
done.
house. The only one that was at the house was Teddy. So he said, all I can do is work with him and be a good father to him.
And he was.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, red flag number 2.
Okay.
Hickeys.
Hickeys?
Yeah.
What do you mean hickeys?
Like when a dude wants to give you hickeys, like visible hickeys, bruh.
It's a sign of insecurity.
That's insecurity. He wants to make sure everybody knows she has a
Have you
man.
ever given the hickey, bro? Yes. Have you? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Look at Gabby like, yo.
And donde? Don't say on your nose.
He has.
He has.
Yes. Yep.
Oh my God! You guys.
They're so
He was
ghetto.
like, name it and claim it.
Name it and claim it.
I can't even look at you guys.
What?
Yes.
Why?
You guys are so ghetto.
That's ghetto. That's a red flag for me.
It's a red flag.
It's a love mark.
Visible ones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I gave him some too.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Visible
Look
ones?
at.
Let's
Look
talk
how
about
white he
this.
is.
Turning red.
I know. I'm
I
like,
was like, let your mama know that.
Marking my territory.
I think I've had one
I'm
like
joking.
tiny hickey in my life, like one.
really?
Yeah, and it was like on my like by mistake, like right here, and when I was like 16.
Worse.
When I was like 16, and I was so pissed. Like I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I think it's just like I'm not somebody's territory.
Oh man, I feel
Yeah.
like a skank
Well,
now.
it was. You are skate, but
You hoes.
we're hoes.
We're just hoes.
It wasn't like that. It wasn't like
No, no.
like
No.
you. It was just.
I'm talking like these hickeys where like you can tell like these are marks of
no.
like where they make you like a necklace and they make you like
Okay, I mean that.
That's
have
gross.
you
That's weird.
you know what I'm talking about?
Hold on. Let me tell you who got one of those.
Who?
My mom.
I know. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to
My
say
dad
it.
would like just
I didn't want to say it. 'cause
Oh, neck.
that's not my mama.
Oh no.
the whole
Can't see your
neck,
mom anymore.
and I would be like, "Oh my god,
This
mom."
was like, I mean,
years ago when she was married to my dad, but I remember being like in high school going like, "Really, mom? Like, what the hell? Like hickeys, really?" And it was just my dad's insecurity.
And she was like,
It was my dad's insecurity, him
quiere.
making sure that everybody at her job knew. So
Oh,
there's
because
my
she had a
mom with a
job.
spoon in the mornings trying to get that shit off.
turtleneck.
Turtleneck, yes. Turtleneck, bufandas and everything to cover it up.
Wow,
Damn.
that's funny,
Yeah, that's red flags.
babe.
I mean,
Well, we stopped.
yeah, that's true.
you stopped?
True now.
Yeah. I'd be like, Gabby.
I'd be like, what?
I'd be like,
I
Irvin
have-
did
I'm
that
a
to you.
Yeah.
I can never, no, I can't even look at you guys
It's
anymore.
gonna be hard to do sessions with a big old hickey.
Yeah, kind
I
of.
take you serious with that. Is that a tattoo, sir?
Yes.
No, you know what? Can I tell you what a red flag that I've seen recently?
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the broke boyfriend hug?
No. Oh my God, yes.
yes.
Richard tries it on me all the time and I hate it.
I
I
hug her
hate
from
it.
the back. Like,
That I hate
When we're
that.
going to dinner and like,
So chunky.
usually a guy with a hat like this.
Oh my gosh. You're such a chump.
he does that. And I'm like, dude, that don't ever touch me. Like that's,
Ew.
if I pay, yeah.
When you're paying.
If I'm paying, if I bring out my card, Richard will go check hug me from the back. And I'm just like, that's so cringe. Like, I'm going to throw up right now. It's the,
That's
yeah,
funny.
that is a broke. Yeah.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag,
Break up
girl.
with that person.
She's buying you your PlayStation.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
embarrassing.
That's
That
embarrassing,
is
babe.
embarrassing.
Comprame un Switch.
Just do that in the privacy of your home on Amazon as she's buying it for you. You know,
Yeah,
you can
don't
do it
tell
there,
people.
but like,
Unless it's like a Christmas gift or something.
yeah, I mean, that's fine.
You've been asking for it.
But she's like buying it with like.
But that's
For
kind of
benefits.
like the hickey though. That's
Maybe
kind of like a power move if you think about it. 'cause
That's a
like,
power
you're, like,
move.
marking their territory.
Oh yeah, like this my girl.
Yeah.
Dang. Anyway, speaking about dating tips now. What do you guys think about lingerie?
Yes.
When do you wear it? Why should you wear it? Do you need
Richard's
it?
like,
Do you
yes.
even need it? Do you need it?
This is what I say about lingerie. Okay, why did you buy it?
For you.
You want for me, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's not comfortable.
I know
Girl.
I know exactly. So, you know what's also not comfortable when you put on a costume. When you put on a piece of clothing for a specific act, that means you're gonna do a show with it. Lingerie is for you to dance for me with it, to create a little show, to be sexy, do all that, and then little by little you take it off. That's what lingerie is about.
Yeah.
Not to put it on and then we just start going at it. Now we have trouble untying this little thing, and we're like, what the hell? If you're not gonna do a show with it, then don't even bring it to the. Like,
That's a good point.
does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, exactly.
Do it because you're gonna put together some
Okay.
sexy music and you're gonna dance for me. Yes, this is what lingerie is for. This show,
Even
got
if
it. It's
even
part of
if
the
like
show.
the little love handle pops out, right?
Doesn't matter. That's
matter.
part of the show. That's part of the show. That's part of
Oh,
the.
look how cute! Because
Yes,
mine's gonna be.
I'll move the light. I go like that. Yeah, go ahead, girl. Go ahead, go ahead. Spotlight, little spotlight. But you understand. But you're enjoying the lingerie. It was part of the show. You seduced me with it. That's if you're gonna seduce him and do a little show, got it. If you're not, hey, just a bathrobe and get it on. Take it off. Let's do it. That's it.
Funny.
Why? Because the less you have to maneuver this stuff, like even people that do the whole fucking tying up when they're having sex. I'm
Yeah, the bondage.
like, when the fuck do you have time for this? Like
Yeah,
you're in the
that's-
middle of
that's
it,
what
and
I'm
you go,
thinking
hold on,
too.
let me get the buckles. Let me get. I mean,
I know.
like
How? Wait. How long are you? What's the point of that?
yeah. By the time you tie her up, the mood is
mom-
over. Like you're reading the manual. How does this go again? Like
My mom hit
find the
me enough
keys.
when I was a kid. Like I don't need to get.
yeah,
Oh, Gabby, that's a
you get triggered.
Yeah, yeah.
What-
Gabby's all trauma.
Mom, I won't spill the milk.
I'm sorry, Mom. It's funny because I remember going to Victoria's Secrets with Richard once. I think we just started dating, and I'm like, "Hey, do you like these?" And I was like showing him some like underwear, and he gets them and he throws them on the floor, and he's like, "Yeah, they're nice." It's like I'm on the floor. Yeah, they're nice. I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Well, that's where they're gonna end up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Not-
You don't need to wear them."
yeah.
no. You know
Why is
what?
there such a big industry though?
No, some people apparently
I like
it.
underwear. Period. I just like buying underwear.
No,
you're-
but
you're-
lingerie.
Yeah, like
though.
lingerie.
Lingerie.
Oh, like lingerie?
Secret.
Lingerie.
I think it's like it's more of like for new couples especially, like they want it. It's like an exciting thing to do, like something new, right? Something. So it's like they don't know if that other person's gonna like it. Maybe they'll like it. It's kind of more of like the what's gonna happen.
Seduction.
He might like. Yeah, it's a
It's a
seduction.
seduction.
Yeah.
And then once you get past that phase, it's just like
Yeah.
you're kind of like, I know I didn't really care for
Yeah,
it. I'm
dude.
gonna be naked
That
anyways.
was $80.
You know what I mean?
Badly spent, man.
Now, if you put some production behind it,
Production.
I
if
don't
you put some music
know.
behind
Writing
that.
it down.
No, I'm serious. If you
Smoke.
choreographed something, have a smoke machine
Yeah.
at the same
True
time.
Lies.
Exactly.
That was great.
Oh,
See, there you go, like that.
there you go, like that.
There, okay. See.
Look at
That's
these,
a
they're
show,
both
that's a
under
show.
it.
It's funny how they both know.
I know.
Well, everybody.
And they
knows
liked
that.
it.
No. What?
You know what? That was cool though. She did a good job.
But you understand?
Yeah.
It's the whole point of okay, this is gonna be crazy.
Okay. Okay, good to know.
All right.
Say.
No, but you.
See.
Why don't you guys wear lingerie?
Because they don't make it sexy for us.
No.
They have the little elephant trunks.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
if you're into that, I
nobody
guess,
wants
right?
to see
I'm
a
not-
sad elephant.
Is that
With the little eyeballs.
googly eyeball?
Yeah, man. Nobody wants to see a sad.
No, it actually is weird. Socks or no socks? No socks.
That's our lingerie. I'll get
it.
you some sexy
I
socks.
know. You're like, no socks.
That's so funny.
And it has a hole. Through.
One toe out just to seduce you with
It's
it.
like,
Oh
hey,
my
girl.
gosh, that's so cute.
Yeah, like if you're into like toes, it's like a fetish.
Yeah. All right. See?
There you go, guys.
Damn.
Any closing thoughts?
Any closing thoughts? Anything for the new year? Is this our
No, it's our second episode of this year.
second of the
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
No, we did the 30th and then no. Oh yeah, we already did.
Listen.
Yep. Any Got it.
No, I don't know. I think let me see this new year. Probably be a less fatter version of myself. I think probably going to be the goal this year.
Okay.
That's a good one. I think that's a lot of people's goals.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm gonna try, but I doesn't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yep. And I realized big dog doesn't
Big
mean
dog.
big dog. Big dog means fat ass.
You realize what big dog is? I'm sorry, babe.
Hard ass.
Fat is not with a ph.
No.
Oh.
Oh,
Gabby, anything you want to say before we leave?
I think this year for me, I just want to go behind the fear and get that money.
go girl.
Yeah.
Go behind the fear.
Detrás del
The fear.
Go behind
detrás
the
del
fear.
miedo está el
I
dinero.
suggest other people do that too. Get out of your
Yeah,
comfort
right.
zone and
Mhm.
just go for it.
I love it.
Absolutely. I
Let's
like
go.
that. All right. Well, that is it, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks to all the sponsors. Weber, thank you very much. Fairway Staffing, all of you guys, thank you very much for supporting. And let's look forward to this 2025.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
Whoop whoop whoop.
Clovis Realty, thank you very much for sponsoring this show. Listen, sometimes it works out, so you're going to have to sell this home. Why not go to them? You're in good hands. What if it does work out and you want to buy a home? Go with them. So thank you very much for sponsoring this show. We'll leave the email. You can contact Ignacio. Tell him I sent you.
I'd like to thank the sponsors of this podcast, one of them being Weber Counseling Services. It's actually somewhere that I work. If you need any sort of mental health needs from family therapy, couples counseling, individual, or any trauma work, we are the clinic for you. We have several qualified therapists there, me included. And one of the things that I really want to specify is that we do EMDR. It's therapy used for trauma work. So if there's something that you have a hard time getting past, that's something that I really highly recommend.
One of our sponsors that provides us this beautiful home where we can bring you all this information is Fairway Staffing. They allow us to come to the studio and provide you with this kind of content. So please support them if you are looking for any workforce, any employees for companies, fundraisers, whatever event you have, you need manpower, they can help you. Fairway Staffing at fairwaystaffing.com.